Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be quite interesting one, and for half a day today whilst I was at work I was getting frequent messages basically asking where I and where NY718 stands on the whole boycott, and whether we will support it, whether I support it, what I think about it. So this is going to be a video about boycott, and first and foremost I want to make clear that I do not represent NY718's opinion as a whole. However, I do have some of the screenshots that I will share with you as to where NY718 stand. The large reason of it is because I'm just tired of the whole alliance drama and alliance politics and the kind of like power struggle that is happening within all of the kind of like top alliances, and ideally I just want no part with it. And that's why when I returned to NY718 I just returned as a member and I refused an officer role, and I basically just want to do my stuff in the alliance and obviously get along with the alliance mates, but I do not want to focus on any of the other side stuff that comes with being an officer in a top alliance. Now, all that being said, first and foremost, let's just get something clear. So what are the goals of the boycott? Because I think that is one of the kind of like things that many people are questioning and many people are unclear of. And the whole idea of this boycott movement that started where I kind of got dragged into as well by getting added to more and more chat rooms and ended up talking to more and more people. Right, so whole idea of boycott is fairly simple, and it is to improve communication with Kabam and quote unquote, so to speak, get a seat at the table where things are actually discussed when majorly kind of concerning issues arise within the community or some significant changes happen in the game, whether that is down-tuning of the champions, whether that is major content releases, also improvement in sense of how much Kabam actually listens to the feedback that is given to them, why it's in-game, why it's beta test feedback, why it's any other feedback, and just significant improvement from Kabam's part from actually listening to their player base. So that is the end goal, and that is also meaning to address all of the currently existing 15 or different things that are wrong with the game that everybody has listed in a general feedback thread, which again is a form of feedback that we all would love Kabam to respond to and do something about it. However, whilst for instance last time community were in uproar and Kabam actually took these complaints seriously, they were posting daily or bi-daily updates on where they're at, what they have done, what they're working on. And currently, when there are 100,000 views on the thread and 4,000 replies to the thread, and it's been going on for 2.5 weeks, we have gotten a post of a short-term roadmap that was nothing to do with the feedback and all just posting stuff that Kabam had already in the works. So it kind of, in my mind at the very least, efficiently shows that Kabam is not taking this situation and community's dissatisfaction with Kabam as serious as they should. And this boycott is largely just about that, just to give them a kick up their rear end and show that we mean it and we need Kabam to do better and be better when it comes to dealing with their player base, when it comes to talking to us, when it comes to taking our opinions in consideration. And speaking of all of that, there are dozens of reasons why people want or don't want to get involved in the boycott. And every alliance, every player has different experience in the game. And the bottom line of it all is your personal specific reason does not matter nearly as much as your actions do. Whether you're dissatisfied with golden ISO shortage, whether you're dissatisfied with the way Act 6 was run out, whether you're dissatisfied with the way crystals and RNG work, or whether you are dissatisfied with overall disparity of the champions and the fact that there are so many useless champions in the game. Each and every single one of us will have different pain points. Each and every single one of us will have things that we care about most. I have my personal biggest grief, so to speak. For instance, my personal biggest grief in the game currently is that it doesn't matter if you play the game or how well you play the game so much as it matters what offers you buy and what you don't. Effectively, you can quit your alliance, you can stop playing the game at all, period, so long as you buy offers. You'll progress faster and you'll have much more better account than anybody who beats all the content, who plays the game high level. And now that, to me personally, is a significant problem. Whether you're worried about that or not, that's a different issue. I know people are worried about prestige getting put on a paywall, which is something I'm also worried about. People are worried about, again, in-game economy, gold, crystal pools, many different things why you are dissatisfied with the game. And which one of the ones trigger you the most, that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that Kabam has not done well, whether by sheer negligence and incompetence managing their own game, or whether they haven't made conscious and deliberate decisions and deliberate actions to go against best interests of the player base. The fact of the matter is that they have, and they have for a very long time, and they have backpedaled on a lot of the things that they had promised us in the past. Now again, I promised you guys I will clue you in as to where NY718 stands, and quite frankly, and without sugarcoating anything, NY718's biggest grief is this patent and another patent that basically, this one is the one that adjusts your mystery boxes, quote unquote, crystals due to past spending behavior, and Kabam also has a patent that adjusts your mystery boxes and crystals based on your account's available resources, as in, like, if you're surprised you have to open 30 tier 4 class catalyst crystals just to get the one catalyst that you need, yes, that's why. If you're wondering, if you're opening a lot of crystals, why can't you pull a 6-star champion, this is the reason. And therefore NY, and also the blatant lie about it where Kabam support sends out misconceptions. There are no specific drop rates for individuals. Drop rates are not affected by how much money is spent in the game. And they have patents that directly contradict it, and they have applied and had new patents granted that allow expand on this. And Jay Silver posted a very good video about it where he kind of like went into detail and actually read through the entire document. But all that being said, that is the NY's grief, and that is exactly why currently, right now, starting today, NY freezes all of their spending. Now, they are not going ahead to completely log out of the game as of yet, but it is not off the table. It is still something we are talking about and we are considering as one of the possible solutions. However, right now, today, we are stopping our spending. All our spending. And for those of you who are wondering or maybe are unaware of, NY is an alliance that typically gets the first place in Summoner Advancement. That means on average on every given week, NY is an alliance that spends the most amount of money in the game. Last gifting, NY ranked in 4th, I believe, and yeah, it's a lot of money. So for now, NY will boycott the Red Guardian crystals. For now, NY will freeze all spending for at least 1 week and extend it much further if needed, as to even July 4th, for instance. Leadership of NY is putting on the table the boycott of July 4th deals as well, if the situation does not get significantly better and resolved by then, and if we do not have some significant work put ahead of us by Kabam. None of these short-term roadmaps, which are just a comprehensive guide of the things that they had been working on, not basing our feedback. There's effectively nothing that they had done to address the concerns of the community. Only thing that they did do in the short-term roadmap is, again, rehash the stuff that they had in the works already. So yeah, that is the stance of NY. Currently, we are freezing all our spending. We are working on and possibly prepare to go further, even completely log out. As for me personally, I had a quite long conversation with the leader of my alliance where it almost got to the point where I left NY if we do not do something, and I still might step down from alliance just to show that I do not care about superficial TFI basic catalysts or superficial alliance war season rewards nowhere near as much as I am prepared to hope and motivate people to do better. And the same thing as I'm talking about, this boycott is real, it's happening. There are dozens of alliances that are already either agreed to fully log out or to completely suspend their spending. There are members from different nations, different country alliances getting involved. I know there's a whole group of Turkish alliances, there's a group of Chinese alliances, and basically alliances across the board from all kind of like different levels of the game are taking part of this to the best of their ability, to the biggest of their capacities, the things that they are comfortable doing. Going to the Apple stores, leaving 1-star ratings, cutting down all of their spending, only taking part in alliance modes that do not require to use any items or currency, such as like free AQ maps or alliance war with no items. There are alliances who are also fully logging out, and at the same time as I am releasing this video, I just wanted to make something completely clear. I do not intend to throw shade at some community members or question somebody's motives or any of that. The point being is, this is a very simple idea of whether you are happy with the game and where it is headed, whether you are happy with what Kabam has put in front of you and has been putting in front of you for over a year, whether you feel that your opinion matters and has been heard. If you don't feel that way, then I certainly do encourage everybody to join in and also make their stance known to Kabam the best way they can, whether it is by not logging in at all, whether it is simply by cutting all spending, whether it is simply by stepping back from alliances, or whatever else helps. 1-star reviews in Apple Store. The whole point of this to make a big enough noise to make sure that Kabam knows that we are serious, and as community we are not happy with the things that are happening right now. Additionally, I do hope to put an important point across, that this should not cause arguments or alliances to split. It's perfectly natural that not everybody around you will feel the same way, will agree the same with everything that you think about what has happened in the game. But the point is, I don't want to see a situation where there are kind of like massive fights in between the, I don't know, Kabam supporters and people saying that they're doing everything fine and people who are not happy. The point is, if you're not happy, show it. If you're happy, then fine, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. But that is about it. There are plenty of people that are not happy with what Kabam is doing. Therefore, we are making our best effort to make sure Kabam hears it, understands the gravity of the situation, and actually acts upon it. And yeah, that is pretty much it that I wanted to say. This is currently what's happening. If the situation changed with NY or myself personally, I will keep you guys posted. As I said, nothing at this point is off the table, whether it will lead to me leaving alliances and just not logging in my main account at all whatsoever, whether it will mean something else. How long this is going to last, who knows? There is no real set end date. For now, we're just taking it as a week-by-week basis and gonna see what Kabam does to respond to all of this. They do nothing, obviously we are prepared to continue and increase our effort. But yeah, that is it, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys agree with me. If you do not, that's perfectly fine. Just remember that there is absolutely no need to be disrespectful to somebody who has opposing opinion to your own. If you wish to discuss, debate, and voice, for instance, why you do not agree with me, or whether you think that something I have said is wrong, that's perfectly fine. I'm always open for discussion, but do not resort to some sort of volatile personal attacks to your community members because they might not necessarily think the same as you do. Keep it civil and make your stance clear. So yeah,